When you want to learn new things, just be mindful that it can take time and it's not pretty after a while. At the beginning, it's very glamorous, it's very beautiful because it's a new thing. You're very excited, you're learning new things, and you feel very motivated and encouraged. But what happens is, after a while, the motivation drops off, it lowers itself down. So what matters? Discipline. That's all that matters really in this place. Now, discipline matters doing the same thing, learning things, even when you don't feel like you're still learning new things, which is good. But discipline can, say, not give any meaning if you don't know why you're doing it. When you want to learn something new, when you want to become better at something, you need to know why you're doing it in the first place. Or if you're trying something new, you need to know why. You need to have a plan going. Now, this is different to just trying something new to see if you like it. That's different. So let's say you want to try basketball, maybe try for a few weeks and you realize you don't like it, that's fine, that's up to you. That's your choice. But let's say you're trying basketball because you want to become a professional athlete. You want to do, tours around the world maybe. With this, it's a different approach because at the beginning, it's very motivational. You see yourself become this good person, getting lots of money, getting lots of fame, etc., being the best at basketball. But then after a few weeks, the motivation drops off. And although you do have the discipline of just going through it day in day, you also need to know why you're doing it as well and how you can go about it. So this is basically, once you've found this route, it basically helps you to stay committed to your tasks because you have a reason for doing them. Now let's say, for example, you're learning something new like coding. Well, coding is cool to learn, but if you're just doing it just for the fun of it, I'm not sure how long it can last because after a while it can get hard. And although you might be doing it for fun, you won't really enjoy it after if it's not fun. So you might give up. But if you're learning coding to acquire a new job or to build a skill set, then it's different because you have it as a reason that you need to do it, not because you want to do it. When you position it this way, it gives you more guidance, it gives you more motivation to complete a task. And also, if you have an end goal, it also helps you to achieve it. So how can you go about this? First of all is don't be too stressed about what you're learning. Now when you're learning something new, there's many new concepts, many new things that you need to learn, and it can get a bit overwhelming. Now what people do is they learn a few things and they just stick with that. They don't try to learn other things because they learn the basics and there isn't anything else to learn at this stage. But this is a poor mentality because what it does is it limits you in your thinking, it limits you in your development. If you're learning something new, it takes time. It won't take a few days, few weeks, it might take months, maybe years. And it's through this that you become more comfortable and become more operated, you become more systemized. You have an approach to how you do things. And with this, once you've gotten to this stage, you feel more confident in what you're doing and then you're able to learn more and you're able to experience more. If you're just doing things and just following an approach and you don't want to do too much or you're only doing it when you feel like it, your progress will stagnate and you won't get as far because the majority of people only do things when they want to do things. And this isn't a bad thing overall because you're pretty much listening to your desires and you're doing how things you want to be done. But this is the problem when it becomes a competition because everyone in the world wants to succeed. It's now a competition to see who can do it the best, who can do it better than you. Now, your goal isn't to be the best. The goal is just to be better than who you were yesterday. That's the entire goal. But this can be taken to a bad point, which is people generally overhype themselves and they give themselves too much credit. Now, when you give yourself too much credit, you don't really want to do much because you're giving yourself the praise and the reward and you feel like you've accomplished something. And this is good to maybe a few days or a few weeks, but then you realize you actually haven't gone anywhere and people are overtaking you. Now this whole life is a game. Life is a competition. That's all it is. Yes, you have your own roots, but at the end of the day, when you wake up, you're comparing yourself against other people. This is good and bad. I wouldn't say comparing yourself is generally a bad thing, but when you compare yourself, do it in a way that motivates you and gives you guidance or gives you support, sort of like hope, because you know someone before you's done it, so therefore you can do as well. But don't use comparing yourself as a way to put yourself down or to make yourself feel inferior to people, because that can just destroy your self-esteem and most times it won't end up well. Although some people use it to their advantage, like Michael Jordan, I know he compares himself and he works harder just because of that. But we're not Michael Jordan, we're just, some people. So do it to your abilities. But I just say, just with learning new things, just take it one step at a time and don't feel too stressed about it. If you don't learn it in a month, it's fine, give it 1 year. If not 1 year, 2 years, that's fine. But just continue learning, continue trying every day. Don't give up. That's it. Just don't give up. Take it step by step, bit by bit. You're not expected to do 3, 4, 5 hours a day just learning this new material or just trying to become better at it, because that becomes unhealthy. To some people, other people, they can manage it. But because you're starting off, just do a bit by bit every day. Learn something new every day. If not, try to become better. But don't try to cram as much information. Don't try to cram as much experience and training as possible, because you'll just burn yourself out and you won't feel motivated. So just take things step by step and go at your own pace and just ensure that you just continue trying every day, whether it's little, whether it's a lot, even watching one video about it, or even just doing a small minor task. That way you know you've actually done something for the day, as opposed to just rather than complaining about it. So always keep moving forward.